Hi, this is Srivatsan for Packet Code, and in this video I'll be seeing on how to submit a form without the page being refreshed using jQuery and AJAX, and let's see on how to do that. The first thing that you need to do is you need to download the jQuery. Go to jQuery.com and then click on this download jQuery button and click on this download the compress protection right here. You can just copy the entire thing present at this page and paste it in your text editor and call that as jQuery.js. That would be a jQuery file. Instead, you can also use this link right here as the source in your script tag. I'm just going to do that to just save time. Let me then open up my text editor, and so I have an empty folder in my htdocs folder that is called as packet code, and let me just create a new file in here. Let me call that as index.php, and another new file called script.js because we'll be using jQuery and AJAX in this process, and another new file called submit.php, and this is the page where our form will get submitted. And so all the three are empty for now. Let me go to the index page and let me just type in the script tag, script src equals the jQuery file script. Okay, fine. And so let us just now create a simple form. In this case, we are not going to use the form tags because they don't just work out in this thing right here. But it's just your choice. You can use whatever you want. I just prefer to use the div tags. Let me just create a couple of input fields inside this. Input type equals text, and let me give it an ID of first name, f name, and another input field of ID surname, and let me just create a button that will act as a submit button, and let me give it an ID of form submit. Close this button and add a text of send data. Okay, let us just save this up and let me open up the browser and just show you that. And so this is the thing that I just created, and let me also create a text area inside this thing, so that that will just fill in the when you click on this send data button, the text area right will get filled with the response from the submit.php page that is right here. And so let me just create a text area. Let me add a line breaker, text area, id equals response, and close it. Okay, so let me just add a small styling to this. Width will be about 200 pixels, and height of 100 pixels, and base has to be none. And so there it is. We are just now fine to go. What we'll be doing is we'll ask the user to enter details in the first name and last name in these fields, and when he clicks on the send data button, this text area right here will get filled with those details. And so let us start with the jQuery thing with the Java. We first need to create the document ready function. You can do this by this thing, and let me type in document here, and this is a function. Okay, fine. And now what we need to do is we need to bind this button right here with the click event. So let me just do that. Click, and this one will be the ID of the button right here. I don't remove the ID, and this form submit. Okay, fine. And this will be a function. Okay, so what we need to do now is we just need to create an AJAX request. The AJAX request is just something like it will just run in the background. It will send data from the input fields to this submit.php file, to whatever file we just specify in those arguments. And so let me just show you how to do an AJAX request. It is very simple. So this is the format, and it takes in 3 parameters. The first one will be the file that you need to submit the form to. When you create a form in HTML, you add 2 fields. The first one will be the method, and next one will be action. The method is this thing, post here, and the action should go inside these 2 quotes. And so in our case, this will be submit.php. And the second thing is the data that you need to send, and the third one is a function, and this function will get executed when this request gets completed. And so let me just do these things. Let me just bring this down. Okay, fine. So Okay, fine. And so we just need to pass in the data inside these inside these parameters, in these parentheses. I'm sorry. So the thing that we need to pass is we need to pass the first name and the last name inside those text areas, text input fields. That thing will be f name. And so after this colon, we need to type in the value of the f name that the user entered. We can get that using this jQuery function .val, and inside this will go our ID that we mentioned right here, f name, and the next one will be the last name, that is the surname, and this one will be .val. Let me just make sure this is the ID that I mentioned there. Yeah, that is right. And so we just sent in the parameters right now. You can send in any number of data from the user to this submit.php file in the same manner. You just need to type in the name and then a colon and then the value. This is the thing that we'll be using inside this post submit.php file to get in the data. You know, like we do something like $_post and the name that is mentioned here, f name, to get this value inside this submit.php file. And so f name, in our case, this would return the this would return the value that the user entered inside this text field right here. And so let us just complete the thing. Delete this for now. And then you need to just this function will get executed when this AJAX request gets completed successfully. And so let me just in our case, what we need to do is we need to send the output of this file submit.php right here inside this text area that we have created here. And so you need to get the ID of this text area. Let me just copy this and let me see HTML. I'm sorry about that. Okay, fine. This function will just carry a parameter called as data, and this data will be the output of this submit.php file. Okay, fine. And so we need to fill in the text area right here with this data. Okay, and so we just need to mention this. We just need to target the text area right here, and need to change this HTML to the data that we get from this submit.php file. And so we're done with the AJAX request, and we need to just fill in the submit.php file. That is very simple. It's a standard PHP. So $_post f name, because this is the f name that we mentioned in this place right here. I'm sorry. And so the next thing is surname. We can see something like l name equals $_post of surname. Just think of this like the name of the input field that you give in form element. Okay, and then we just need to echo out the name of the user. That would be f name and name. And so what we would expect to happen is now, like when the user enters in the data right here, his first name and last name, and clicks on the send data button, the page will not refresh, but those data will just get passed to the submit.php file via the AJAX request, and then it will again get back to the HTML and will get displayed right here. So let me just refresh the page. Let me just type in a name and just click on the send data button. Oh, nothing happens. Let me see what is the problem. Let me just check the HTML file. I'm in the index.php file. So there's a problem. I just have not included the script.js file. And so let me just do that. Script src equals js and close the script tab. Save it up. Come back to the browser. Refresh the page. And just type in the data here. And send data. You can see that the page did not refresh, but still the details got displayed here. And so you can just do something like and just connect your MySQL database and update the things right here, and you can just return nothing, and it will just take place in the background without the page getting refreshed, and the user will now just see any visual change. And so you can just type in something else too, Alex Watson, and refresh the page, you can see that that happens perfectly. And so this is the thing that we wanted to learn today, and that has been successfully completed. And so thanks for watching the video, and do thumbs up if you like that, and leave your doubts below in the comment section, and please do subscribe to us. Thank you.